Alright, so my name is Mr. Carter. You're watching me live right here on Richmond TV. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Watch every sports update. And the show is Sports Chat. Sports Chat on Richmond TV with Dasilva. Making sure that all messages are shown for anything. That's where you're going to get the up-to-speed information about every sports update. Dasilva, thank you. Big ups, my bro.
Hi, my name is Abinawa, and if you want the latest sports updates, then you gotta watch Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV.
For all your sports update, keep watching Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV on YouTube. I'm Richard J.R. Thank you.
Hello, family and friends. Do you want to be enlightened around the world of sports? If yes, then make yourself available for Sports Chat with Dasilva on YouTube on Richmond TV. So Royal Mama to the world. Me da so.
Hello. It's another beautiful Friday night, and it is time for Sports Chat with Dasilva. Mafimo, must be Femi. Oh, it's always good. It feels good to come back. This is the place to be for your authentic sports update. It is Sports Chat with Dasilva. Keep the dialogue right here. And then say, no, Ubia Benjanidia, Friday be a day. Friday be a goyi. Friday be a son, or Friday be a highest rate. Now Friday be a lemfi. Now lemfi rate, a ye bambala. Oh, you are a lemfi rate, ye bambala. Oh, you are a lemfi rate, ye bambala. Send money to Africa, Ghana, everywhere by using Lemfi, the highest rate so far. No libi, no laba, goyi. And remember to use the promo code Royal Mama. Yes, Friday be a Lemfi Friday. Viewers, thank you for joining us today on Sports Chat with your man Dasilva. We come to talk about some of the things near me Hey, your Black Stars, ye. Oh, Mohammed Ahmed Polo, Abedi Ayu Blaster, Tony Yabua Blaster, Michael Lysian Blaster, Samuel Seku for Reverend Oseko Fi, Golden Boy Abdurazak, Salifu Ansan, Leonard Moffat. Oh, Mo Blasters, ye. Well, stay tuned. Stay with us, and we will let you know what you think about Ghana Blasters. This program is proudly sponsored by Agape Traditional LLC. Agape Traditional LLC. For all your kente, jewelries, chow, interior, customized key holders. Dear now, for all your ceremonies, funerals, baby showers, name them. Agape Traditional LLC is the place to be. Just rush. Pick your telephone. Call Agape Traditional LLC and Timage on 240-898-6931. Mami Sisubium with a very nice succulent voice. 240-898-6931. Agape Traditional LLC. Please call them and order all your African wear, your kente, in Bruni, Katie, and customized key holders. Anytime you order from Agape Traditional LLC, remember you are adding color to your life. Thank you so much, Agape Traditional LLC, for being proud sponsor of Sports Chat with Dasilva on Reshma TV. Today, I'm not going to waste too much of your time. We're going to talk about tidbits from the world of sports, a little bit about the Premier League, and we'll zoom straight into today's topic. Are the Black Stars of Ghana done? And always, you know, I cannot do this by myself. So I have some high-level tactician lovers of the game, a coach and a player. Without much ado, let me go ahead and introduce the first guest. So he is a brother. If you want one of Maryland's, become Maryland, Martini Post, so DMV and beyond, back in the days, one of the keepers, just we can boast of. I seen him play. I had a privilege to play with him, and he was too good. He's a brother. He's a coach. Even when he retired, when I needed him at an assignment when I was coaching somewhere, I placed the SOS call. He came out of retirement and he helped my team, which I was a player coach, to win that tournament. That should tell you how good this man was in between the sticks. And so no bien I'm not say wasan. No, because he's been there. Let's welcome Coach Julius Inkum. Coach, welcome.
Thank you, Dasilva. Thank you for bringing me back to Richmond TV and sports entertainment. I want your viewers to subscribe, like, and always stay with us as you bring us up to date with sports activities. I'm grateful to be here. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, Coach Julius. You are always welcome. This is your home. And we go to another one. One of the Manchester win, you will see him. If Manchester win, you will see him. If they lose, you don't see him. I don't know what to do. Hey, sorry, I forgot that I was on camera. Let me welcome another brother. Anytime I need someone to come in the studio, he's always available. A brother, a friend. I mean, we played together as center backs before. We won championship together. He's still playing the game. He understands the game. A very astute Manchester United fan. And you crowd say, glory, Man United. Green over say, yes, show me the glory, Man United. And their voice means to me, baby. Fifi Blanson now. Welcome to Sports Chat with Dasilva.
Dasilva, I will report you plus your producer. Producer, I'm being abused by over here. Thank you guys so much for having. Oh, Richmond TV. You see, what was that? One subscribing and liking into me and Eric as much as we want to do. Into Pacho, subscribe, like, until Maggie, Lemfi, Chalem Pacho, you know, all those watching, support the show. That's basically how we're able to show up here. That's how Julius is able to show up here. That's how Dasilva is able to do what he's supposed to do. But Charlie, as you guys can see today, they're from Manchester Black Star United. And man bomb me Dean Fifi, you're from Manchester Black Star United. Because they are me, yeah, bleed it. Me chrome me team no bleed it. But thank you guys for having me. Like, subscribe. I can't wait to go. I have so much to talk about, Charlie. Until the end. Yeah, let's go. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you, Fifi, Manchester United Black Stars, and thank you, Coach Julius. As I said, you are all welcome to Sports Chat with us. Before we go, you haven't heard this before, but this is a question. It just crossed my mind, and it's for Coach Julius. Coach Julius, so I played against you in one of the tournament in Virginia, about 4 tournament, when you had your dress on and your captain's band. What is this thing when someone kick the shot, then you parry the ball over the bar, then you wake up and do the hair like this? Was it sign of like were you showboating, or is it the morale? Can you tell the viewers about that? It just came to my mind. Viewers, so he had dress on, he was good. So I thought I got him. I played this nice carpet shot. No, those shots you played and he keeps on rising. He didn't dive early, so I thought it was, and all of a sudden, this guy just who are you born? No, well, yes, no, I'm Jenny 3 times. You know, just my what was that thing? We used to do that a lot. What was that thing?
You know, that is something that I learned when I used to train with Edward Ansan. I used to train with Edward Ansan back in the days at 20 Park at Dasilva. And it's because when you go through the fundamentals and you have somebody that understands your passion, they take time to train you well. So then you become very confident in yourself. No matter how you may dive early before the ball gets there, or you dive late, either or, it's series of training and being humble and learning the craft from somebody that was really good at it and probably still good at it. So you gain that confidence, not the call or retirement bukrana cry. So that was those times when I had retired, and the guys called me in and said, "Hey, let's go do something." And I said, "You know what? Like Gan people who say Coach Egbok Ewana." So then you have to go out there and give the younger folks that were coming up at that time the little bit of what you used to do, and sorry, but we had to win that tournament back to back.
Yes. I'm even glad that this tournament is no more. Juniors team, like they made it their own. So I went with this Virginia team, Emmanuel Presby. So we were the only church. We went all the way to the semifinals, and man, they were like, enough. This Kofi, let's go. This is for me. So my brother always we made it their own. Fifi. So Fifi too is a center back. Anytime those of you who see me play, especially when I'm playing, I'm not in midfield, I'm playing defense. I want to keep it high line, command my defense. So Fifi, this question is also for you. Remember we played this championship, and anytime I said, Fifi, young call line, I can say, hey coach, you're about high line too much. Oh. Were you scared or you didn't trust me? But now, when I'm not playing, then I see you do what the things that you were very comfortable playing alongside with me. Then you were even doing it and doing it better than I was doing it. So what do you have to say about that too?
It's all about confidence. When it depends on the person I'm playing with in the back line, right? When I'm playing with you in the back line, it's a lot easier because I have another person who is reading the game. If you remember, we were playing against this team that had like this guy, like he was just dribbling the whole field. And it was me and you playing center back, and somehow I was just running through our midfield. And I remember you saying, "Look, guy, I know is just playing with us," and being able to have someone next to you who understands, like, look, you can go in and be aggressive with that individual player, set a tone because I have your back. That's one of the things where it kind of helps the situation. So honestly, when I used to play with you, I used to be more of like, let me watch what you're doing. Let me see how you're reading it. Let me see how you're pressing, how you're coming back. And I also was like, okay, I want to keep everything in front of me. I like keeping things in front of me. One, because the game is a long game. Game 90% mental. I'll be say 80% mental, 20% physical. So if you're reading the game and you're looking at how your midfield, the space between your midfield, the way your midfield is pressing and all that kind of stuff, that also tells you, Charlie, coach, because sometimes the coach will have a midfield, your midfield and do it so skilled, but you can't press and pad yet. They're wearing that midfield that will press the ball. And to say, if you don't have a midfield that's pressing, then you have to you're pushing up the line. And then they'll pick us apart. I don't know if you remember, game back would be your boy. Yeah, Bray, defense, no Bray, yeah, because like almost pick. Oh, they were just picking, but we're running and defending and I wanted longevity in the game. I didn't want to like that pass out. So as soon as you came out and you started coaching us, and you're like, okay, it's all about reading the game. Because I was looking at it from the way you were reading it. And I'm like, okay, coach, in there, then your ball high line. Okay. In there, how do I feel today? Do I feel like really being aggressive on the ball, or do I feel like just relaxing and just controlling the game? So me feel me relaxing and controlling the game. I love playing highline because then I can move up to the second attacker in the midfield and just kind of create like this diamond formation where even though we're playing the back four, we still have like a sweeper behind, but I'm still kind of cheating inside the midfield. So as soon as the ball is coming towards us, I can come back to my position easily and cover a shorter distance than the longer distance so that we don't incur muscle injury. So Charlie, it's all about reading, how we used to play. That's how we went from Division 4 to Division 1. I mean, we just kept on winning. So Charlie, I'll be honest with you, I basically just stole your tactics and how you move. Until you couldn't play the game anymore, and then say again, the coach are retired.
That is good to know. But Coach Julius, that player Fifi was talking about, it's your son. It's your son, Will. It's Will.
Will.
So Will. Yeah. Will was tormenting us, and I told Fifi, don't worry, relax, let him do. But I put a little fear of God with him, a fear of God. When I put that fear of God in him, he ran to Fifi's side, and I told Fifi, then he started running in the midfield. So it's Will that we are talking about.
Will,
wow. Yeah, that's a very good advice that you took from Dasilva, because many a time when you have such a skillful player, but very low IQ when it comes to the game, what they do is they run a lot like a chicken with the head cut off.
Yeah.
Because he don't really have a purpose of why he's doing what he's doing. So being patient and picking him apart, now he becomes surprised, and then he turns around and starts to blame his teammates, forgetting that you're using more of an experience to play him, because you may not have the speed, like you said. You want to, last much longer in the game, not pass out.
Yeah.
So you made the best decision to use the brain rather than use the physicality.
Oh yeah, and like you always say, like when coach was asking you like why you do the thing, sometimes you want to set the tone. So what we did was, the way that boy was just running around on us, coach, he started first. Oh, I don't know if our audience will understand what I'm about to say, but it makes it more fun. Chano, but he didn't miss the ball. So I was like, oh, okay. So this is how we can play. So he came to my side. So I didn't miss the ball. He didn't come again. That's how.
Yep.
Very
all right.
skillful.
So viewers, that is it. So that should tell you, we've all been on the green turf. We've won some championship together. Some of us are now in coaching. Julius is doing more technical stuff and so forth. And so thank you. That was just by the way. Thank you very, very much, viewers. So quickly, let me run through some tidbits around the world of sports. So now Real Madrid are on the heels of Arsenal defender William Saliba. So they are like, so Arsenal being fast and Arteta being proactive, they are preparing a lucrative contract for William Saliba, and if he signs, he will be one of the highest players in the world and in the EPL. So let's see what will happen. I don't think Arteta will let Saliba go free. And as you all know, Paul Pogba, yes, the 4 years ban has been reduced to 18 months. Is Pogba done? Can we see the old Pogba? Time will tell. And quickly, there are some interesting features that is coming up. Let me go to the EPL. So Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow will be hosting West Ham. Mohamed Kudus West Ham. Fulham will be hosting Aston Villa. Unai Emery, he's doing some wonderful things with Aston Villa. Ipswich Town will play Everton. Manchester United will be playing Brentford. Newcastle will be hosting Brighton. Then Southampton will be playing Leicester City. And of course, the team of the moments, the wonderful team, the Gunners for life, will trek all the way and play Beaumont. I'm hearing some sound from the background from the audience, but they forgot I'm in charge, so they should keep quiet. Let me see who give praises is due. Let's give praises to them. So that is it from the Premier League. Quickly, I want us to dive straight into the main topic. Coach Julius, so far you've watched some of the Premier League games. How have you seen it so far? Is Mikel Arteta doing wonders? What is his name? Pep Guardiola, and the new Chelsea coach is also doing wonders. Unai Emery of Aston Villa. So far, you've watched it. How do you see the EPL so far?
Well, right now, and I would say everybody is starting off on a good foot. It's just right now, and I have Liverpool doing very well, followed by Man City and Arsenal. But you know, when it comes to the EPL, man, it could be anybody's game. Moving forward, I think it could be anybody's game. When they pick up the momentum, it could die off somewhere in the middle, and then somebody else picks it up. And what I realized is you have Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. All of these teams play a similar tactic, except one. A few of them have mastered that tactic. So I think that everybody's doing wonderfully fine, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be determined by you know the later part of the year. Who wants it more? That I should say. Who wants it more?
All right. Thank you very much, Coach Julius. Fifi, Manchester United plus well, I don't know even the name. Yes. What is your take of the EPL so
Producer,
far? And especially speak specifically to your team.
Producer, I am being abused over here. Bacho. I'm being abused. This is unacceptable abuse. Where do I start? Nope. All I can say is, hey, Manchester United. Just like how the Premier League is going, it's unpredictable, right? We're struggling. Not we're seeing something, but the way we're playing should have been the way we played last year if Ten Hag was trying to basically implement his tactics, right? But right now, I feel like I went to Old Trafford, I think like in September to go and watch the game. I actually went to the Theater of Dreams. It's the best atmosphere to be at. And as somebody who plays the game, when you're watching the game live in real person, you can tell who's not trying and who is actually playing for the badge and who's not. And I think that's what's really happening. I understand why Arteta took out Aubameyang. I understand why Pep Guardiola got rid of Yaya Toure. I understand that there's certain people you need to get rid of in order for you to have success. And Manchester United, we still have a problem. We still are relying on our old glory to think that we're going to show up and we're going to be a good team. And we are carrying certain players around. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, we're playing like the Black Stars. It's very disappointing what's happening. I like Eric Ten Hag. I mean, I saw when we play very well, I can see what he's trying to do. But the problem is how these players, and there was an interview where McCartney, who used to be an assistant coach for Manchester United, was like, "Oh, we'll practice perfectly. You go in the field, as coach will say, like, you just don't understand how you talk about tactics, and certain people will just completely go on the field and forget about it and start playing for themselves." And that's what's happening right now. Manchester United has certain individuals who are playing for themselves. And the coach is so stubborn that I think he's listening to the chatter that, he doesn't have a style of play. So he really wants to implement that style of play. And this time it might put him in a situation where it might get him fired. But I don't know if we can change it around with Eric Ten Hag. I really want us to change it around with Eric Ten Hag. And I think there's certain things he needs to look at and say, look, I need to look for balance rather than people's emotions. If you have to sit Rashford, sit Rashford. If you have to sit Bruno, sit Bruno. Like, play your game. Let us see that you were able to get Cristiano Ronaldo out. So what's so hard to sit certain people who are not performing well? I thought, soccer, the Premier League is full of analytics. But right now it's like, yeah, I don't know. Charlie, we're in a state of emergency. And unfortunately, my favorite one of my favorite coaches is on the verge of possibly like getting fired, which I don't want to happen. But we can't be the league table that we're at is unacceptable. And that's what the Premier League looks like. West Ham is falling apart. Chelsea, I think they're just they're just like a joker. Oh, they look good right now. I think they'll fall apart towards the end of the season. Man City doesn't look strong. Liverpool is the same as Chelsea. I think Ansler is lucky he has Jurgen Klopp's team. And you know what's really funny? Ansler is actually playing what's it called? The 4-2-4 position. But he has better players who can play. We are trying to play with a bunch of egotistical guy, Bruno, an academy player. So I can see things changing very soon. Aston Villa is a joker. This Premier League, this Champions League thing they'll turn into a Newcastle last year. They'll fall apart. They'll start having injuries, and they'll be fighting for fifth or sixth place. So at the end, that's my take on it. So
The Premier League. Winning this African Cup, of course, after semi-finals, they be a semi-finals. Who? After about quarter-finals, about round of 16. After crowd, you qualify. And for the first time in 20 years, one shot, young qualified. The last time this happened was in Tunisia. Yes, Tunisia 2004, hosted by Tunisia. And the Catalans Eagle of Tunisia won it. They won, it was a host and win. Are the Black Stars of Ghana done? What is the problem? I will make it an open discussion. Julius, as a coach, what problems do you see? What is worrying the Ghana Black Stars now? And what do you think is the problem? And do you think they are done now? Good, Julius.
Thank you. When it comes to Black Stars now, I personally feel sad. One, it's a coaching problem. That's one. That's the number one. Number two, we don't have players omo pese omo yi omakuma mu bobo. Two. Now three, I think say we need to reevaluate the type of players we consider them to be good players, because I in my mind and from my experience, I think the biggest mistake we are making now is considering the fact that all of these players play outside. We can use them to win games. But what I have realized in coaching is that if you have too many players, or I should say too many good players, you don't have a team. What you have is individual skills. Okay. And once you have those individual skills now, you're not going to win anything. Now, let me start from the coaching problems. The coach, from what I have realized so far, from time Obeji, the call World Cup in what he was doing was his strategy is actually 4-2-3-1, something like that, something crazy like that. And to me, the most embarrassing strategy coach be able to make use in this modern football. Okay, because it's easier for me to read the game from even 70 finals or background. I'm able to read and determine how many goals are. Yeah, and imagine one more our front line now. That experience, a higher experience to read us. It makes it so obvious. What I say, he doesn't understand what he's doing. That is one thing I've realized. He doesn't understand what he's doing, because if you are playing a team against a team such as Sudan strategy near 4-3-3, and I can tell you, if you have more attackers, okay, 3 attackers versus one now, the likelihood say nipa na okra 3 attackers and never shany more, because you only have one, and the rest of them are just circling around that particular striker. No, but on no crack 3, and every single one of them is deadly. Okay,
Oh,
every single one of them is deadly, and it's been proven over and over and over again. And Dasilva, if you can remember, before World Cup, I say this coach doesn't understand, or he doesn't know what he's doing,
on your coach.
and everybody seemed to criticize the fact, say, oh yeah, Ghana need to know, say your man a chance. It's not about say we are Ghana need and I say ufri baby fufro. It's about knowing what you are doing. Say if you my way the show was you have to be fully qualified. The last time I checked, he was a scouter. So I don't know when he became a coach to the point where I say, your man license are OD coach at that level. Okay. So to me, and I always say I can put together a team. I can issue a challenge, say, Womonfa Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Mami. Now mean play against Black Stars. And I can bet you, say, I am going to win. I can bet you if this guy is going to be the coach, he can have the same players. Owano, I am going to coach against him and I'm going to win. That one, I'm going to win. And it's simply because one, he doesn't have any strategy when it comes to the finishing third. We can possess the ball. You see it. In fact, when we played Sudan in Ghana, no, you need Sudan boy, we possessed the ball 59 to I think it was like 41, and they drew the game. Okay, we went to go play Sudan again. This time, the ball possession was I think 57 to 40 something, and then they beat us. Typically, so we a coach when you possess the ball, the likelihood of you winning the game is high because who were more control. Our game, so meaning the players at the team now and the one will start to chase. Okay, they will chase, and pressure will make them break, and that is where you score. But here's the case: your game any chances we can't finish because we don't have a strategic plan in place. They are not taught how to finish. And then it comes back. And what that does to the players and the team is that who possess a ball when the opponent ninya opportunity pay, you best believe so obese. Because why exhaust to such opportunity, any energy, from the first half the second half. Correct me if I'm wrong. Say Mubasha from World Cup no. Every time I yebeshe Ghana biya no, the second half of the game. So you better kana the second half of the game. Typically after the 60th minute, because you possess ball no in the beginning na yentimi ansha. We become slightly fatigued. And a team now yenene bono wa absorb pressure na into or man counter pet. Not just say woman econo. And you know, we and if you are a coach, na say me identify say one sadie ekura a problem, then you don't know what you are doing. Because in actual sense, science will show you say pressure breaks pipe. And again na pressure now pressure now manu mumna attack also, then you end up losing the game. It doesn't make sense. And it's only because you don't have a strategic plan on how to execute your finishing. Like I say, you don't have it. Players, look at somebody like Kudus. Ball now saying we're gonna say, ball never ball no. He wasn't expecting it. Because they don't do these things in practice. How to finish. They don't do that. Besides that, I don't think this coach in particular has any control over these players. I don't think he has any control whatsoever. And the reason I'm saying that, and it said, as a coach, after Yabo ball crazy, and then your players are literally throwing blows on the field. If the players don't have any level of respect for themselves, they will think about the coach first. And sana any altercation be akoso. And the coach doesn't have control. He doesn't understand what he's doing. I don't think he's qualified for that position. And I think, say, the Black Star team, these squad in particular, they are not ready. And I think we have the wrong players. I surely believe, say, we have the wrong players. We need to go back and revisit, these guys, how their performances are and everything. And again, I remember the last time we had this discussion, I told you, Dasilva, that a lot of people were criticizing the day you say, okay, it's in a Black Star elusion. This time, I hope say people will go back and then apologize to that man, apologize to that young boy, apologize to that captain, because the Black Star as we know it, and Stephen Appiah said it best, said there is no leadership in that team. So any leadership by this time, the young man was doing a terrific job. If you know soccer and you are very intelligent or well educated on soccer, Ube said that boy was different. He is different. He will continue in my books to be different because on the pitch, he will motivate these guys. Off the pitch, he was doing the same thing. So, we are obia ujine na se teammate krano show kutupa say oboni say ye say munye say vim na odi ma wo bench on kra na ema wo ujina player wo ujina park na so no who say no, all is not lost. It's let me keep fighting. Sa energy no anyhow. Let's our park this no everybody is quiet. It's I think so we have the wrong squad. To me, I believe strongly we have the wrong squad. Now, the players are not fit. I'm telling you the truth. Because any team will be at the second half at the show all the time. And this is not just Sudan game. No. Let's go back and revisit all the Ghana games. If nobody has paid attention, say the second half, they say more. Especially after the 60th minute, you say more goals. Why? Because you're not physically ready. The Black Stars and I shouldn't just generalize Black Stars and Kwan, but the vim, any energy, any passion is no longer there. These young boys, they come out from their various clubs, and then when they come they preserve themselves in a qualifying matches. BC, everybody preserves themselves because on person obe prawa ha or the club honor, and he can't perform. Then they put him on the bench, and that's what I see. If that is the case, we have to find a way to release all of them and let them go. Now, before I end, I like to point out something critical. That Okraku, he needs to resign. That man needs to resign. The reason I'm saying he needs to resign, and he has to resign immediately, because he's behind the reason why you lose. Let me tell you one of the reasons. One of the reasons is he was advocating for Otuado to come back big time. He was advocating for Otuado to come back. Now, for somebody that you claim say unim game, if you can't find anything wrong with Otuado, then you don't deserve to be there. Either or they are doing something behind closed doors where somebody is doing, giving some things to somebody or greasing palms. Other than that, he's not supposed to be there. And he's the only person over to my catcher say, Chairman, member BM. Because his performance has been very, very poor. Who said your friend is saying, if you look at his credit, it looks bad. Who to be man the credit to be because either he loses or he draws. He loses or he draws. We have multiple types of coaches. One coach, Obetimia Atenechire, and will say, no, I have a great midfield, and I'm a midfield coach. It to me, organize my boys in a ball, part to pass. And your coach, defensively, he can set up players where you can never break through to score him. And your coach, offensively, he can put together a set that will continue to score. I think Otuado falls within that part to panel where they, possess the ball. Okay, which Jordan Ayew mentioned that. Or say, that fine soccer doesn't yield results. And it's true. Because at the end of the day, what we want, we, the Ghanaians, what we want is result. It's in Upa possessing ball no 80 to 20. No, or possessing the 20 in the shower. We look at that that team, we saw he's better than you, or they are better than you. Over 80% ball possession. Now when to me and Sha, it's clear indication said you have a finishing problem. Okay. Now, if we can eradicate all these things, all these problems, including Ket Okraku, and I don't know who appoints the Minister of Sports or whatever, but if that person is listening, and I hope say Otie, That Okraku doesn't know anything about soccer at this time, especially Mamin Ghana, a football. He doesn't know anything. Otuado doesn't know anything. The players that we have are not fit for Ghana Black Stars. I can bet you we are over 30 million people in Ghana. There is no way anybody can tell me, say, knowing the soccer nation, the football nation, we don't have quality players. These guys are not on that level. I'm sorry. You can talk about, Salisu, Jordan Ayew. You can talk about all these guys, including Kudus. Personally, they are not qualified for Black Stars. I would rather want to see us team and I say Kotoko team. You're building for some time to go and challenge this AFCON, and I can promise you, a team that is together, a team that has chemistry, the team that have been playing for a longer period of time, they will perform better than the Black Stars are. It's a disgrace, and up until Yebeyi Ket Okrekwefi Hono, na Yeyi Otuado Adinetino. Okay, I'm telling you, we're not going anywhere. I said it prior to the World Cup. I'm saying it now, and I'm going to continue to say it. That Okraku is the problem because he doesn't want Otuado to go anywhere. Somebody is greasing somebody's palm. Okay, Obi Bibi Esha Obi Botom Etino Ekum Black Star no is the players. It's a whole different subject because somebody, they are being just called in. But again, you can't have all-star players and expect to say, "Oh, we need game." It doesn't work. There will be too much ego. There'll be too much pride. There will be too much individual skills. Okay, and it doesn't work. If you select Ufaha Kakra, no Ufaha Kakra, you select a few from Kotoko, a few from House of Folk, a few from Edwana Stars, and you put them together, you will have a quality team. And no any friendly team, and yet say Wako fan because Obowo West Ham, Obisubo, Leicester City, Obisubo, Manchester City. I don't care about all of that. Who the Ufano from Kotoko, any of those places, now the boom for 1 year, just 1 year, you people will see miracle. So, and I wouldn't even call it a miracle because it's a fact. When the players play together for so long, now they are able to perform because Team Yomeshi and Biano, the chemistry will flow. It will flow before Dasilva will pick his head up. You will see, say, Manchester Black Star United, no a man a long pass because they do that constantly. They know each other. Okay, I remember there was a time when Dasilva we used to play, and I will tell you, big man, look this way. Before I look, you already started going. You understand? It's the communication. These boys, they don't have it.
Right.
They don't have it because they are being misled. So the whole thing is starting from the top. It's Ketokreku and then Otuado. Remove those two people. Once we remove them, we will have something different to look up to. I want say we have so much local players be simply because we are keen on this Premier League. No, look, I'm a coach. I've been coaching for a long time. I don't believe in putting superstars, within the same team. You're not going to yield results. You're not going to yield results at all. It's if you ask me, this is where I stand.
Well said, Coach Julius. You said it all. Well said. Before I will come in, Fifi, yes, and Coach Julius, I love everything you did from player, coach, management, old school, how it was done, perfect. Fifi, let me hear from you. To the viewers, this is how the show is going to go.
Yeah, Alex,
Are the Black Stars of Ghana done? Fifi, let's go.
I said Coach Julius or the passion akasa. You know what I mean? The Black Stars of Ghana, due to politics, right now, no, I think it's best said we don't make AFCON. And with that, we don't make the World Cup. So that we can sit down and reevaluate. Kind of like try to understand what is going on. Reason why Black Stars here, Breno. The first one, Thomas Partey, your own captain, went to fake a name, says we pray. So that he can come and play for the Black Stars. We all know, based on records, that was bogus. Why do you think a player, you think that Thomas Partey will be a friend is on bomba the national his country or he won't. Second, that should tell you, say, these international guys, there's something more important. I found that said Ukoboma England Yetiaka, and actually you get perks. These young men come and play for Ghana. Or Mupra, when they get hurt, they lose their position on every team. Guy Obama Hoffenheim. My name said Coach Dasilva to me Abuamia. Your friend saying Ghana ni Ghana Obama Hoffenheim no.
Offenheim Mekaino.
Oh no, Obama Hoffenheim.
Prince Tego.
Yes. So yeah, Prince Tego, a new guy, and I say I'll get his name.
Okay.
He came to AFCON, last AFCON here, boy. Oban or call back to Hoffenheim. The coach catch and say, "Own to me, my name." But why? Because he doesn't regard the AFCON as an important tournament. We rely so much on these international boys, but at the end of the day, we are all black men. Every single human being's livelihood is more important than anything. Let's take, for example, you see a lot of Brazilian players, international match, and they're able to go back to Brazil and make a living. So let's say these guys, Thomas Partey, Ghana. Something happens, he loses his position. Now he's being sold. Yeah, Baba Tono Saudi League. And I say he doesn't have a team. Do you think Thomas Partey to me back to Ghana? About the Ghana Premier League, no Ineska, Dashan in the Busa for now. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you, the only reason why Kudus comes, because Kudus in here, your friends say the face of the nation are two Kudus. So Kudus has a sense of pride, say, I don't want to let my country down. That's why Kudus actually doesn't fake injury and he shows up. Because mentality. Semeya uses Ghana. Because Bournemouth or Baby or not, Bournemouth, they do very well in the Premier League, but they're not really good. Until they say, hey, Bournemouth Ghana, they make a World Cup. And honestly, everybody uses World Cup to get to a bigger team or to showcase their skills and get paid. So we have players. First of all, now as Julia said, the mentality of the team, the DNA of the team is wrong. When your own captain has faked an injury so he doesn't come and play for you, as soon as that happens, like I said, game against Sudan, you're postponing. Because that's a big sign. Like, your captain, a fake injury. And then you, GFA, president, what could you not team name catch a team and say before you there was a Ghana team? You see, one thing I learned about sports psychology, and internet, some of the coaches you like, yeah, sure game himself players, boy. I remember Liverpool sharing 7-0. You be setting high, said then they see it. Now, so we were just a little bit nervous. We made a little mistakes, but the boys did some good things because I'll call locker room harmonize. I'll catch your players and say, look, this generation of players here, it's not like the 1980s, 1990s, or early 2000 boys here. Muntai on the not junior. You catch a Muntai say, yo, uko game you man kwa jireka, I'll bet you record in 1 minute. Cause now boom. These are prima donna young boys who are making a couple of £1,000, which is more than anything. And then you have to build them up. But the GFA president, I could jump with him before you. There was Ghana before, so you say you're not bigger than the country. So when he goes to stand down, because at the end of the day, you're trying to tell him, hey, look, take your message to him is take this serious. But to him, he's like, okay, if before me there was, so then what do you need me for? The mentality of these boys, like you said, we rely too much on these international boys. They feel like they're doing us a favor. The only person Kudus is saying, hey, Ghana I'm the face of Ghana. So no, or Bob because he doesn't want to embarrass, because he feels like the Abedi Pele and the Tony Yeboah pressure is on him. So he has to, I'm going to be the savior of Ghana. Then you have a coach. He's a scout. I wouldn't, this show doesn't promote any kind of, we're not saying, or we're not spreading rumors, say, but he's a scout. Otuado should never, Mama, Kwesi Apia. Or the Sudan. Sudan. They don't even have a pitch or mini pitch. Sudan for Omuni pitch. You watch the first game. The same who makes a game the Koye. You go and play the same thing over in Libya. What do you think will happen? A good coach, like Julius was saying, said, almost show game. And that coach realized that, 60th minute, Ghana they get tired. We can catch them. So what did Kwesi Appiah do? He was relaxed. He told his players. You could see he said, touchline or catch them. Someone told him, say, calm down. They'll break. Falling apart. How can you watch tape and then go and repeat the same thing next year? We will have a press conference. We'll say, we'll see them in Libya. Now Libya we could go in Moase. Sudan they could go in Moase. What my teams are, Kevet, Commodore, team full countries full one in Ghana Black Stars. Nigeria for Aceh, Libya points, and they're still leading topping their team. How look at even his bench, his assistant, his coaching. Oh, Ghana. It's best we don't make AFCON. It's best we don't make World Cup. It will help us. It will really, really help us. I don't think Ghana Black Stars are done. I think we have a talented crop. But we need players who understand. You're not doing me a favor. Pate, stay over there. Semenyo, you don't fit the style I want to play. Kudus, relax. We have young, talented players or more Ghana or other leagues who from it's a privilege for them to come and play. Because if you get a young guy who's like, hey, I need to make it to the World Cup, I say a World Cup, and I say a AFCON, because that's how I'll be able to get a team in Europe to play for. Those are the kind of players we need. Not players who are more than that. And if they think we owe them, those players say, hey, we won't call you. At the end of the day, hey, if we lose with this bad team. But we're building something. Like Rick Julius said, we don't have a team. We have individuals. Everybody thinks they need to be the savior. Jordan Ayew, Obo bench. He got Crystal Palace Manakoya or Masa. Then he young guy be all fight. We need fighters. We need to fix the Premier League. We need to give these players a purpose. And we don't need a GFA president going to stand somewhere and telling somebody that before you there was no. These young boys need motivation. And that's sports psychology. Motivation is what they need. So Charlie, Ghana right now, no, Ghana should take a break. I don't think Ghana's done. I don't think we're going to qualify for AFCON, which is a good thing. I don't think we need to make it to a World Cup, which is also a good thing. We need to relax. Let's reset. GFA president should go. Otuado should never have. If Otuado is going to be Ghana scouting and to say, okay, we pay him to go around different leagues and watch players who are really performing and then sending invites to those players to come. Maybe he has that talent, but not a coach. Because how can you watch one team back in Ghana? You saw how Sudan was playing. Sudan, Massa, almost need football pitch because our country they be no more. What see a piao? Now we look like fools. This is a sackable offense. Sackable offense. No, we are big John, and the boys gave it. No, they didn't do it. Massa, go and sit somewhere. But this is Ghana. Politics, politics, and politics and At the end of the day, the DNA, the mentality, and the structure, the way I try to structure team, or both safe with possession. No, the reason why we remember Mourinho because of the Inter Milan team. Called the most possessive team, Barcelona. No, Koshamo. Till today, we remember that game. Okujan Oyesi. Football is about results and your style of play. So that's my take. Charlie, that's my take on it. Over to you.
Thank you very, very, very much, Julius and Julius and Fifi. But Julius, let me ask this question. People say, boy, no be a. Some say, no. France Chick Gibraltar or Shannon 9-0. Anti Darius Obia Hunubo saying, now boy, no be a Hunubo. Now, is it scientific? We are not approaching. Julius, what is your thought on this? Obia Hunubo and Ayana.
Well, I agree with the statement to say about it will be a because now when we were growing up, it used to be football made in Germany, and now it's in the Premier League and all that stuff. So you can tell, Ceciano, that there has been an enormous transitioning from a certain era to another era, and then it's moving on. But it doesn't take away, sir, when there's a change, right? You have to adapt. Okay, you have to adapt. Nyame kind of say those time no obi tibika say we about 5, we about 4, we about 2, we about 3. Those time I born those defenders amount time overlapping. And almost they don't move within the midfield. Obia assuming the position. Se soccer na se san, se football na se san. Se siano Sergio Ramos otumi ba be se go. Owo Marcelo timi ba no so be se go. Give me one Ghana defender otumi yesa overlap no. Or getting involved. Do we see those things now? Because yes, Ushe, Premier League, Numune, other Copa America, all those things. You see the players, everybody is involved. If we're playing as a unit, you can tell, say, they start the game from the goalkeeper no, to the defenders, to the midfielders, and then to the attackers. It's a strategy. Now, I don't agree, say, yes, born as a son, yen dear, yen to me, son. Okay, everybody knows the game now. Yes, you're not going to say because you are Germany, you are able to beat England at any given time. And I say, because you are Germany, you can beat Senegal anytime. No. Game na asesano, Senegal so ni team no wasesano. Wasesa coach. And what trusted coach any players and omu yi omu akoma mu. I'm using specific words so then we can understand. Omu yi omu akoma mu and ayade. Omu football federation no eyi omu akoma mu and omu dey appointing coach onusu eyi na akoma mu ayade. But are we doing the same? We are not. We have a problem. And up until, again, we get rid of Ket Okrakunu, the FA president, once we get rid of him, all the people who are behind him are hiding behind the scenes, they will all start to crumble. And then we will put somebody new in there. When we do that, it's a new king, new laws. And everybody will start to follow. But say yes, na ka say bono se no obia timi bobi utumi mba mehunhun obia. We are making a serious mistake. Because that means we are not ready to move Ghana to that level. Because remember, bono obia se some but Asian Muntari, Stephen Appiah, those guys were able to make Ghana proud. In fact, not just Ghana proud, the whole world proud. Somebody is a sign, but answer son, I'm more free. No, it has always been there. Fifi mentioned something, and it's very pivotal. Say we consider those things. Say politics has taken over your game. No, it's in the pana any say you didn't show as president. No, yeah, for sin say because say we sign the paying, and that's all coming home. It's in the middle show anyway. It's bad. It's bad because we are destroying the legacy Abedi, Tony Yabua, Tony Bafo, Siki Akuno, all those guys, Nyama, with legacy, yes, simply because we are selfish. Yeah, you're selfish. Yeah, Obiti baby no green on first. On green Ghana Black Stars or green on home. And I'm telling you, if you want to kill a snake, you take the head off. And that head is Ketokreku. We need to get rid of him. And once we get rid of him, all of this, we are in a new era where Obia Nimbo Nebono, all this, nonsense, it will go away. Because then they will see, say, Ghana, we eat, we breathe, we repeat the same thing, which is football. Yes, sorry, pa. It me go jogging from Choco, me free Choco, me jogging from Choco all the way to Accra Academy. Team Nana ya boy, the friend Salami. Me to me joggy, na me hear my son joggy, come back. So what I say, me bad down Suma, na me board down Suma United, photo fast. Me joggy from a fear, na my best call a golden tulip. We do these things. It keeps you in shape. It keeps you ready because your whole life, you want to go and represent. Sometimes these things brings tears to my eye because what to say about Ghana national anthem? But I was good. These young men of this generation, they don't have it. I'm telling you the fact. They don't have it. Ubega say, "Usha Ghana, Jesse." Now you brought Ghana national anthem, and you are representing, and millions of people are watching. Simply because he doesn't feel he has to give 100% to the country. And we have intellects are almost as politicians, and they are watching it, and because of political interest, on to me can say, hey, chairman, because he's not doing his job. Up until we put our country first, if we can put our country first, okay, the interest of the country, or say, and then your priority. See, you didn't, and on to first, everything else will follow, including nokure. Since a player be wa hona say wasakra na o de ne brami ameka say chairman who play ano onyenya for because o kojina obehwie ebi be kind the whole country. So we need one to be able to put our country first. Get rid of Akraku. Me, I am a big advocate of that. Get rid of Okraku, then we can find somebody else. Once you find somebody else now, Ube who say different types of players, Beba. If these are the players we have for Ghana, then we don't have a team. I'm being honest with you. Because any given day, I can promise to you guys, I said, and as a matter of fact, I can issue that challenge. Say, Otwado Phil said, are you a good coach? And Ket Okraku Phil said, are you a good coach? And they are listening to Richmond TV. They should put up a challenge. Say, Oma Yembeji Kotoko. Near FFC Black Star. Ewa Accra Sports Stadium. Not the whole Ghana. Obi Anshebi. You guys will see miracles. You will see embarrassment. The Kotoko team will not measure Black Star with no problem. And it's not because I said, it's not only because I said team na sound and I say you're modern soccer. It's only because I said Kotoko has chemistry, House of Folk has chemistry, and Black Stars do not have any chemistry. You have individual skills, individual players, and you are not going to yield any result. The players are Jordan Ayew on your mobile on the team. The players are Semenyo on your mobile with the team. Kudus anybody. They are not the same players they are playing with. So if you tell me, say Ghana team has to perform at a higher level now, they're not going to get that. One, because you have a bad coach. Two, you have a bad president. Three, and I'm not talking about Akufo-Addo. I'm talking about Ketokraku, the FA president. And you are not going to have any chemistry within the team. But if you pick from different Premier Leagues, and you build them, you mold them to the way I will open and out, you will see. Now, let me bring you guys up to something. Kai, Essien, Muntari, all of these guys used to play with each other. They play with each other. So they knew each other. People refer to them, Muntari, Muntime, anyway. Yes, I am no crap because they used to play together. They knew each other. It is almost various teams. The chemistry, is not that difficult to catch up. They pick up right away. Someone who we are losing the interest of Ghana. We are losing it. And the minute every time I sit back and tears will come down my eye because I feel say the desire na me walk me timiko jina park so and let miss menya spinal stenosis. I want me because me kume all because I want to get to that black star level no. So and then obi nya no silver platter and odi diagro sa. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to our viewers. It's not fair to the supporters. And it's not fair to anybody because we have, elite players for Ghana. Omunya opportunity to stand up for the country. And the ones that have gotten the opportunity now, also performing, they are acting stupid. Because, if you think about it, if Otuado, or your scouter, Krana, or the man credits, or your scouter. So your scouter, all the players when they buy idea, Chamai. They be C'est nepa embassy. And yet, we need to get rid of it immediately because he doesn't have good taste for players. Dasilva, I have mentioned this before, and I'm gonna continue to stress on it. Our players now, people look at them as players. Me, as a coach, I would not use them. I'm telling you, these are first division, second division players. And then Uber Ghana, you will have 10 million of them. So what we have now is despicable, and I don't think we should allow it to happen. I think it's about time the youth of Ghana will put that protest aside and collapse the whole FA by force. We have to collapse it by force because these people, if we give them the chance to do the right thing, they will never do the right thing. It has been ongoing from the days of E.T. Mensah, and it's still repeating itself. Sometimes if persuasion fails, force must be applied. I'm not saying so being no, I don't believe in that. But what I believe in is that if we take a stand, say Ghana and Kobe Bia or perform Bia, we have to do the right thing from the beginning by cutting the head of that snake off. Ketokroku has to go. He is completely, in my opinion, and I can tell him to his face, he's useless. Because Fifi mentioned something. Unko Jina players and can't say, you are not bigger than Ghana, you are not this. How are you motivating the guy? You're not motivating the guy, yo. What you are doing is pissing him off. By you even standing in front of him talking to him like you are pissing him off. If he's not better than Ghana, find players to go and play. Because to say, from full selection. The boys may not understand. Look, majority of these young men grew up outside. Growing up outside, it's different. Like me, I grew up here. But the mindset of Onukrano, he's not going to accept the tone and one in a casano. They deem these things as disrespectful because you Ubaya say Ubeshemi in crying, Ubeshemi kutupa. I'm a we need game now, and I say Uba say Ube can is a much baby. Yeah, in our time, the coach in the banner no kasa, and I said team manager in the banner no kasa. Or show crying. Actually, I say, listen, team way, you bet me a channel. Mushana bonus way, Mudia. To say, I buy your moon. So, but I didn't see that in what this man was doing. Katokreku is completely useless. I'm telling you guys, he's completely useless. And that is how I build it, Black Star, with a bunch of useless people through the ranks, from the coach to, and people still look at, excuse me to say, Obi to say, Fatah Dauda, Fatau Dauda, there is no way he should be a goalkeeper's coach. He's okay, in my opinion. Because I've been a coach for over 30 years. This goalkeeper, no, okay, me share go be a share no krana Kofi. It was disgusting to me. Player TC form. Now, Baba chair ball no so straightforward say. Aden. Some of these things doesn't make sense. So it tells me, say, the structure itself, is bad. It's very, 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 very bad. From the president to the coach to whoever goes down, it's bad. And we need to get rid of these guys because they are not there to perform anything but give the Ghanaians and the supporters, heart attacks. I don't think Ghana deserves to go to AFCON or World Cup. I personally, I'm a Ghanaian. I was born in Choco, but I'm telling you, we do not deserve to go because it will be an embarrassment. We haven't accomplished anything. We have, they give the last 10 years, then we haven't done anything. But the best thing we've done is bring unintelligent players and some coaches. They are far from reality. They don't know what they are doing. Okay, and then we keep hiring and firing and hiring and paying and not paying, and such a disorganized FE. We need to get rid of it at Dasilva. I think enough is enough. We need to find another way.
Yes, you still watching Sports Chat with Dasilva. Today are the Blasters done. Ghanaians are fed up. Look at those marvelous points. Fifi, the same question before we finally touch on the way forward. Fifi, do you think they say no be hubo? And I yadi because Obi was speakers France chick great I'll shine a 9-0. Cote d'Ivoire chiss or shine a 9. Yes, or more show woman across the sea crown or motion. It is if we are now scientific and what is wrong on briefly on that.
What was that? BB a find the evolution of football. On say ball body 11 against 11. And at the end of the day, the reason why, the fundamental of the game is to possess the ball, put some patterns together and score. Ghana's history, we've always had a great midfield. For some reason, we have young men who can play well in the midfield. Our biggest issue has always been forward, to the point where, even though I felt like Asamoah was like a C+ striker, we raised Asamoah to a whole new level because Nia say, at least what he's doing is better than nothing. At the end of the day, Mr. Appiah played to his strength because he understands what he has, and also he used material to help his team mentally. Like Julius said, game, you can say, okay, you can have a team like the Galacticos, right? Real Madrid had one of the best teams in the world. Now, so Muko Jonha, you allow a 5'6" and a 5'7" and a 5'6" player destroy you. Mekasa, these heights are Meka, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. Why? Because they understand what the team is about. Ball, it's about looking at your individual players and looking at your strength. It's a lot harder to do it in the international level. Why? Because you don't have a lot of time with the boys. So what you have to basically do, and this is something a lot of the big countries do very well. England, Spain, Italy, these countries, what they do, they send individual talent or performance coaches. Or the coach himself will go to games and watch how these players are doing. Have we seen Ato Ado at Kudus's game? Have we seen him at Semenyo's game? Have we seen him at any of his midfield game or any of his center backs game? These people put in work. At the end of the day, it's not about what Obineka said, you can have talent on paper, but it's about what you do on the pitch. We have talent on paper. We'll show you on paper. Say, Semenyo, very good, fast left winger. Kudus, amazing strength. He's a hustler. Kudus be torturing players in the Premier League. First, let me just say Dutch league in this too sub. He's doing it in the Premier League, so that says something. Jordan Ayew can hold on to the ball in spurts. But if you're trying to play a possessive game, Jordan Ayew is not the person because he's a dribbler. Semenyo gets the ball and he attacks the wing. Kudus gets the ball and attacks. So we don't have a possessive front. Unless you're like, okay, midfield, when Saka ball, we play around the ball, 3-4 touches. Kudus, as soon as this midfielder has the ball, make your run. Then we understand that what we're doing is we're playing possession with direct. And then you're trying to transition football. But we're out here playing possession. When we get to the front, because these young men are players that attack in space, they attack a space. When the space is crowded, where do you think they'll go? They'll stand around. Otuado has to understand you're not going to have these boys every time to practice. Maybe you have a good game plan. Maybe you've taken a German game plan. Maybe Otuado is like, you know what? I've taken the German game plan. But what coaching badges does Otuado have to warrant him to get this job? And when I say coaching badges, Mr. Julius and Mr. Dasilva, you understand what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
What coach badge does this guy have to say he has gone through and understand? Because those coaching badges, they teach you tactics, they teach you sports psychology, they teach you mentality, they teach you performance, they teach you it's a graph, your math, and because a soccer no, and yes, oh sorry, I know I could boo. On which I'll say, okay, so defend the way by Friday. And the Yanka say, yeah, practice. Your ball, and this defender is known to clear the ball. And for some reason, that Friday practice, he's not able to clear the ball. Your sports manager will tell you, I've noticed a dip in this player's performance in this practice. So I think we should reevaluate and find and try this practice again before our game on Sunday or Saturday. It's 2024. These people use analytics. They use science. Sometimes you're like, but in Spain, it's simple. Spain said, look, we're going to have Fabian Luis. We're going to have a Rodri. And then we're just going to have one attacking midfielder. But guess what? Our main attacking play is Lamar and Nico. Because what they're doing is possession with transition attack. That's what Spain does. Because that kind of possession with it cuts all the other countries off guard. They're like, hey, these two boys are fast. You have a left footer who is not going to run at you direct. He's trying to cut back with his left foot, and he has an excellent left foot. And you have a right footer, Nico Williams. So Nico, he chose to play for Spain. Why? Because of how they develop. GFA, develop Ghana Premier League.
Hey, excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's not like our style of play. It's not a nimbo. Jimmy. You know, Massa, at the end of the day, we all know how to play. we're at a disadvantage because we're not using sports science to our advantage. And also, Otoado needs time with these boys. But that's the problem with international team. You don't get time with them. So somehow he needs to speed up the process because right now, Niadane hopeful. If Niger beats this one, if Masa, maybe we just need to scrap it all, give Otoado if he's the one, because at this point, I don't know who's doing the political appointment. But I'm Kwesi, he's laughing. He's sitting in Sudan. Sudan doesn't even play in their own country because their countries are at war. So imagine a team that has not been together for so long getting the opportunity to dismantle you like this twice, home and away. Into say, oh, John, oh, yeah, press conference. No, Obi Kase, Onya, I won't tear here, Otoado, no, boy, if we say Ghanaians don't respect. Yeah, so we know how to play. Ghana for in Bobo. I think say it's just they need time and they just need a few little things to fall in place. That's all. That's my take.
Thank you very much, Fifi. You said a lot. Hey, Fifi, I see your dog too. Your dog is also charged. The dog is also charged. It blasters. Momo, Abuchi Krama cry your word. Ni wofumo. Before I jump in and do everything and summarize. So, Julius, briefly, what is the way forward? Coach Julius, are our blaster done? Yes or no? Briefly, what is the way forward?
I don't think well, thank you so much. I want to say that our viewers need to continue to watch and subscribe, like, and also use Lymphome, because I'm telling you, you know, we Richmond TV has the best program, and if you continue to watch, you will have that energy from me, from Fifi, and other analysts that come up here. Now, Dasilva, I want to say, Black Stars, we are not done. We are not done. And being done means we are not doing anything else. We're just going to collapse the team. But this group from the president, the FA president, all the way to the last player, they should be done. I think, said we have to get rid of them and go back to the basics. We need to start taking the Ghana Premier League, very, very serious. We can't put all of our trust into this foreign players, with the hope set they will bring us something good. I don't see it happening. It hasn't happened. I remember the days of Foyo, Sam Johnson, Ama Senegal, all those guys. If we had such a talent, and we still have that much talent in Ghana, I don't understand why we should be done. I think, sir, if we go back to the basics, where the love began, the love for the game, the passion for the game, from the Colts through to the Premier League ranks, and then you get scouters, real scouters, to go and select at least, I want to say, sir, 1,000 players. You have 10 Ronaldos, 10 Messis, 10 Neymar's in that 1,000 players. Meaning there are a lot of fishes in the sea. Big, small, fat, skinny. But it's up to us to go in there and sort it out and come up with the quality of fishes that we need for our soup. It's up to us to go to the Ghana Premier League and then select quality players. Not my dad has paid, so I should come and play. Not because I know Ketokraku, so I'm bringing my boy. No, not that. We go to the Premier League and select this guy is fit to play. This guy is fit to play based on performance, based on discipline, based on the willingness to fight and die for Ghana. I remember those days when we used to play, we would have players that after practice would do their own practice. They would go and train after we have already trained. We had players like that. Some of them were okay. In fact, I played with this guy from I forgot his name. He played Kotoko as well. Um, we used to call him Bissy. You know, I played with him. I played with uh, um, some of these Black Star players. I played with a lot of them, and the level of training and the desire for the game was always there. Right. What kills me now is that we don't have that among the squad. We don't. So we're not done, but we need to get rid of this squad and their FAs and their coaches, and then regroup, bring a new group, build them up. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to come overnight, but it's the end that justifies the means. So to answer your question, I don't think we're done, but I think we can get rid of our problems and fix it. Fix a new set of guys to take care of the game.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Julius. Fifi, what is the way forward before we wrap up?
I have a question. Do they elect the GFA president?
Yes.
So when
They
is
go,
the next
I mean,
election?
he's on his second term. And funny enough, Osaka actually amount for class or more person amend the constitution and not saying your third term.
So so like I say MP NDC winia or more GFA president.
No. So the GFA is different. So Kets Okreku won the first, Osaka on the second term. Into the term, I think it's the next year or so. No way.
Okay. So I mean, so how many years now? I can win the winner. So
I think I got 1 or 2. I'm not sure. But and Ross,
okay, so I mean, Ghana Black Stars, we're not done. I mean, we're still in the tournament to be able to, to make it to AFCON. I think right now, no, Otuado has to just go back to the drawing board. At this point in Julius, we're stuck, because of the politics, and we're stuck with what we have. I know you want to make a change drastically, but right now, no, yes, it's a terrible loss, and we're panicking. The boys have gone back to their various, Premier League team, or I call it their various paychecks. So right now, no, Otuado has an opportunity to understand what's at stake. And he just has to put a better game plan together for our next couple of games that will come. I think we have another international week in November. He has some time to really make changes and do what we have to do. So I would say Black Stars, like the GFA president said, Black Star has a heritage. We are the only African team to make it far into the World Cup, correct? Yes, I think so. Yankwani make it far. If it wasn't for Suarez and Asamoah Gyan,
No,
semifinals.
I think sir, Algeria or Morocco beat that record.
Morocco, yeah. Okay. So I think Morocco made it to the semifinals. We
Correct.
were quarterfinal. Okay. So at the end of the day, we still have history on our side. We still have talented boys. Unfortunately, we can't. If you ask me what we can do right now, we can't get rid of the situation. Atuado, I signed a contract. If we get rid of him, we have to pay him off. And honestly, I don't think Sagano was Scano. I just think that we should just change the direction that we're on, and we should just have a better strategy and a better plan as to how we're going to make make the necessary changes to be able to do a good job in the next game. So to answer your question, Da Silva, no, Ghana is not done. We have to motivate the boys. Hey, okay, next call up. If you can come, great. If you can't come, we're looking for other boys who can play. These other boys, Atuado right now, he's not doing anything because he's no longer a scout. So he has plenty of time on his hands. Get the guys who are around and available and let them understand what you want them to play. And then, if anything, at least your international players will be bench. Because at the end of the day, if you have experience on the bench and you have players who come into practice, they know what they're supposed to do. I think Kudus is a player who can work his butt off and know what to do. So you can slot him in. Jordan Ayew is done. I saw him play. Massa is okay. Semenyo is a good player. He just needs a little understanding of the game plan. Midfield, no, I don't know much about the midfield or what. But the Silva player na make Afeni Jan, a Jose Mourinho, a player no, ma Otto and Pobomano, ma Obama Romano. He came to play for Ghana. Sisi Abisa say Afeni Jan or Yeding. This is the problem. We have to give these boys a reason to play for the Black Stars. I don't know how we got Kevin Prince Boateng to come and play for us, but whoever spoke to Kevin Prince Boateng should go and talk to Kevin to come back to the team and talk to these boys, motivate the boys and tell them that look, we are Ghana Black Stars. Yang, Czech Republic or Musoyen. We are the ones South Korea. You Ming Song. We're Ghana Black Stars. Yeah, and the Brazil boy and Brazil were like, okay, even though I'm sharing them, say, okay, these boys can play. Yeah, and Germany. Let's not forget this team. We played against Germany. That Germany is a machine. Germany brave. It's okay. That generation is gone. We're lucky to have Kudus, Semenyo. We're lucky to have players who are doing something. Let's relax. Hatsina Doi crowd. Look, when we start playing well, these boys will switch. Manu should have been a Ghanaian boy. Asa, Ghana has talent. Kobe, Hudson, Semenyo, Kudus. What are we doing? Let's relax. Let's get back to the game plan. I don't think it's done right now. No, we just have to save. Right now, and it's a bad loss. That Kwesi Appiah is laughing. Or Rich Sugat. Sudan girls in crowd mood money. Why he's gotten us. Let's just regroup. We have about a couple of weeks. Atuado, get to the drawing board. Understand why you lost. Sleep in your watch film. Who wore pajamas? No, we'll share. Why click it back? Okay. What happened here? Okay. Make the changes. Let's win. Right now, we have to rely on other teams to make it. But I think Ghana can make it back. Let's relax. Elections and messing. Young bomb pie my team, Because at the end of the day, in football, internet Ghana, it will be a one. Honestly, that's my take.
Well, Fifi, I love you so much, my brother, and I think that everything that you're saying is right on the money. I also believe that Ghana Black Stars. Yes, we're not done, but because we don't have competent individuals in place, we are wasting our time. Okay, we are wasting our time. The damage has already been done. It's all my brother Fifi is saying. The damage has already been done. So we just have to tag along and then make the necessary changes in the future. Now, those damages, okay, I believe strongly there's a Sikebi Paka or there, Yitia Otuadwa, Tiano. Never more before no on start team building. in this state a ye woman. State a ye woman sisi ano over there yetumu yes sano. You know, because time is money. So if we have to waste the rest of the resources now, then we rebuild. Because we already know we're not going anywhere. So if we're not going anywhere, let's use the time wisely. Bring a new person in, get rid of some of these guys, and then we know that, listen, hey, we're not going to go anywhere, but we're about to start a whole different ball game, a whole different team, a whole different army. That way we can go to war and win. Because if we start now, in the next 6 months, people will see, the Ghanaians will see. But if we brush this thing off and make it look like, look, let's encourage them. Let's do this. We've done it for the last 10 years. Fifi, I'm whining, and I don't think it's gonna help us now. I love the encouragement I did my hand and I love it. I want to be on the same side. But with our people, we need to act now. We need to act now because time is money. Oh, and we're still paying him anyway. We're still gonna pay him anyway. But so why don't we just make those changes for something better, save time, and then we will see how it unfolds the next 6 months from now. That's all I got to tell
yeah,
you.
you said, but right now, know that where we've gotten to know, like you said, it's too late. Internet. I was trying to figure out, if it's election, is there like what's Otuado, like what credentials Otuado have? Because like
Nothing.
England for sure coach, they were saying said they were looking at coaching badges and what have you done for me lately?
Exactly.
What I say,
Exactly.
it's frustrating. It's
It
very
is.
frustrating because this man has not proven himself. How can you
Yeah.
watch Omar Bagana? You have film, unless we don't film our games. You have film. Sudan play the same thing. But he said, oh, like Julia said, 60 minutes, you could see them deteriorating.
Of course.
Same thing. Goals, and when did the goals come? 60. Is this like, hey, master, I don't film no shine, and I'm not going right now. I could chill it.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah. Onye Moria, he doesn't know what he's doing. So you see, and that's why I love that question. What are his credentials? Because if he's fit for the job, he will be able to identify those problems. Because he's not fit for the job, he's unable to identify the problems.
It's true. And
Yeah.
you go and sit there, demonstration for Mukoye.
Oh.
When he elected Otuado, that should have been a sackable offense.
Yeah.
Because he elected Otuado because when he said, oh, my fat guy, he did something against South Korea. Master, we play defensive. Like, you're lacking to when you lose the South Korea game. No. But hey, I know what to get the Ghanaians to shut up. I'm sorry, journalists, sports journalists, and
Fifi is on fire. Fifi is on fire.
That's about no. They do. Please, I know you have connections in Ghana sports journalists. They need to do what they have to do. They need to expose because right about Uko Ghana whereby you hardly see anything about Ghana journalists. Why should I hear this? All the way the game was done by a podcast or YouTubers. Uko Ghana, no one is criticizing the GFA president. No one is criticizing Otuado. No one is asking real questions. Who should post-match in the pre-match in the car? You don't see them asking real questions.
They are tired. Some of the journalists, they've been tagged like anti-GFA. So they don't even give them accreditations to come to this press conference. I mean, Sadiq Adams will blast you, but Atapuku, Coach Nimni, Bright can come with you, so that is Is that extent? I think Coach Julius and Fifi, I think we should do a part 2 of this. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
question it. No,
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
talk with
yeah, yeah. I'm all for it,
All
the silver. I'm all
all
for it.
right, all right. So let's do this. Viewers, I think we are almost approaching 2 hours. If I leave this, because when Coach Julius called me, if you don't allow me to come on air so that we talk about this thing, I'll call you and be blasting your ears. So Julius has a lot to say. Fifi also has a lot to say. And remember, Fifi once said, save Ghana we because we know our people. Coach
Yeah.
Otuado, look at the background of free coaching and scouting coach. Yes, he's good on the Discover Alan, Jude Bellingham, but is it good? Is it okay? So about managing Black Star, Joseph Pencil. Is he okay? So the next part 2, no, you better say players no more free approach here. We saw some. We saw the likes of Kevin Prince Boateng, excellent. Juku is doing well. Do they understand our soccer DNA? And I am comforted today, no. Where Otia Kente mobile camp players, Otia Kente will camp these players for 12 months in Winnipeg. Then they'll go weekends, they go and play for their various clubs, they come in. Look, this is very serious. 1991, Italia 91, that 17, we won. Japan 93, we won. Japan 93, we were second. Nigeria defeated us. Ecuador 95, we won. Egypt 97, we were second. New Zealand 1999, we were third. Under Coach Cecil Jones, I took a few. And then started here. Then 2009, the day are you under 20, boom, we won. So that, what is the late Ben Kofi, under 20, the Asian, John Pentel, Patrick Willis, those people now, and the EDD ones, say, Ebu. So do we start from the scratch? That will be for a topic for discussion. Do we go back to the olden days, invest more in the local players who are hungry for success? We will discuss. But let me quickly go to online and read some comments before we say bye-bye. So King Gasti says, first chat with Dasilva is back again. Brother, yes, we are back again. He said, welcome, Coach Julius. Yes, Coach Julius, he says, nice, good to hear from you too. Welcome, Manchester Black Star. Okay, King Gasti says, welcome. Greetings, Dasilva. Greetings, brother. I think Black Stars, his case. Yeah, that is why today's topic, Mibusa said, spirituality, coach, management, psychology, what? Okay, we will see. I say some of the players are selfish. They lack finishing point. Everybody wants to score, don't want to create opportunity for each other. And my 2 panelists, let's write this down. We will talk about it again. Captaincy, Eddie Enya, Abedipele, Kwesi Apia, Abedipele, Tutone Bafo, Stephen Apia, Eddie Enya. I think the only person that controversy on Bahon was Stephen Apia because he acted smart. He went to Samuel Oseku for Sami Tuga and he asked, Akra, the idea I'm new, I can be say it is for you. Tuga assured him of Betawichi. So if you look at the qualifier prior to 2006 in Ouagadougou, Ghana against Burkina Faso, Oseku Fornan and Selbu, he wasn't the captain. He wanted to die for the team. What is wrong? We've seen players, these players being pampered a lot. Do we have more comments? It's a yes. So, viewers, we can go on and on and on and on. And I agree with my 2 panelists. The Black Stars are not done. Look, if you do the right thing, yes. If you do the right thing, but they say selfish interest, not also. This is my team player. This is my team player. If I tell you how Joseph Pencil, the current assistant Black Star coach, was paid, Coach Afrani was playing a more friendly match with the likes of Charles Taylor. They went to a village in Brekum and they played a game. He was handpicked. So why can't you do the same thing for the Black Stars? Bassa. Thank you very, very much. We are about to sign off. Coach Julius, do you have something for the fans? Briefly, something for the fans before we call it a night?
Well, thank you again. I want to thank the viewers and the subscribers and the ones that just came online to see and comment. We truly appreciate you. We need you guys to continue to subscribe, like, and share, and we will bring you more. Again, I think that the Ghanaian fans are bleeding for the old love and passion to support our Black Stars, and on the next subject, I think we will hear more from them. I think myself and Fifi Dasilva, we will bring you guys more of what Ghana used to be like, the old Black Stars used to be like, and you guys can reminisce on how exciting, how loving it was to be part of that era. If you were not there, and even if you were there, you could still go back and get that feeling that, you know what, we need this back. So I can say that right now it's the broken times, but we need to fix it. And for me, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna, I always say I'm gonna criticize the team for the bad things they do, because if you do something good, it's your responsibility to do the right thing. So I'm not gonna tell you how good you are. I'm just gonna criticize you so that you can do better. And that, as a coach, I think that at this point we are very low. We are at the bottom, and this is not who we are as Ghanaians and the Ghana Black Stars.
All right, thank you very much. Fifi, your last words to our fans, our viewers, before we sign off.
All right. Please, thank you so much for tuning in to Richmond TV. One who said, like, we used to have this same passion before Charlie, we took a sabbatical. We didn't say until we took a sabbatical, because Richmond TV could not retain us because you people are not liking and subscribing. Please like, subscribe, share this link with your people so that we can bring you this heat. Because Charlie, yeah, Brett, listen, I am a Manchester United fan and at the same time a Blaster. It's me bleeding. I am bleeding. That Ghana is just, listen, it's the glory days. You enjoy glory days in Ghana. At the end of the day, we're rebuilding. Artuado is a rebuild. That kind of appointment is a rebuilding appointment. Yeah. Because I'm watching my team. We play just like Black Stars. This Saturday, I don't even know what will happen. But please subscribe, like, so that I can come on here and I can speak my mind. Because me bleeding, I'm bleeding. So subscribe, like, and patch on Munko Auntie Maggie. Auntie Maggie got good a containing now in here local. I said first and then I can say me from Uncle Bean shipping Auntie Maggie when so we my why drink say up say we sign no life away we ko worry about masa Auntie Maggie be yo kenteni bi bia ma banana obe tu kwan fun akọ Ghana akọ yes sign ma to say my Ghana na bro for no the white people walking around say, oh my God, it's so colorful in Pacho. Munya time na mon Auntie Maggie. At the same time too, no Charlie Ghana for bleed it. Yeah, Black Stars no bobo. Yeah, economy no bobo. And say, oh, if you have a family at home, you need to send them money. Pacho. Don't forget, use the Len5. Promo code Royal Mama. Easy cry. Won't break. Meaning say or other options, but me Pacho try way. I won't break cry. I promise you. But yeah, tune in, share the link, because Charlie, it's about time we start talking about this nonsense. Thank you so much, Dasilva. Richmond TV, one of a kind. Julius, Charlie, one in a million. No, Bema be a friend Julius. Yeah, Charlie, what you mean say back pet. There's one Julius.
I salute. I salute.
Thank you,
I
bro.
salute.
All right.
Over to you, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Fifi and Co Julius. Yeah, Fifi a bleedy. Yes, so Arsenal fans for now. Yes, you feel it. Obi bleed it. Obi feel it. At the end of the league, you better say if we all bleed together or we will feel together. Viewers, this is where we bring the curtains down on tonight's edition on Sports Chat with Dasilva. I was joined in the studio with Co Julius, a very good technical man, a family man, an ex-goalkeeper, one of America's DMV finest, as well as Fifi Blanson, an astute Manchester United supporter, is currently playing for Afro Elite in the Columbia Howard County League, and myself, Dasilva, your host. And big thanks to my producer, Emma. Thank you for producing these shows, and Richard, Emilia, being on the sound and on camera. This program is proudly sponsored by Agape Traditional LLC for all your kente needs, traditional marriage, funerals, everything. Agape Traditional LLC is where you go. Just pick your telephone, call 240-898-6931, 240-898-6931. And anytime you order anything from Agape Traditional LLC, you are adding color to your life. As I said, Friday be a day. Friday be a gui, Friday be a son, or Friday be a lem 5 Friday. It's a lem 5 rate, aji baby, the say bambala. Oh, you are a lem 5 rate, bambala. Oh, you are a lem 5 rate, bambala. Remember to sign up and use promo code Royal Mama, and you get $30 back as soon as you send $100 for full. But most importantly, rate, aji baby aneye bambala. Oh, you are a left rate bambala. Viewers, this is where we bring the curtains down on tonight's edition with Paul's Chat with Dasilva. Remember, I will see you when you see me. Until that, Cornelius, Fifi, thank you very much. And it is bye-bye from the studios of Richma TV. See you. Bye-bye.